is back. Which side do you represent? For or against the motion? Stay glued to your super.
And also live on Facebook and YouTube. The hashtag is LUVFMHSD. And we just seen the competition between St. Louis and KNUST Senior High School. This is the icing on the cake. And the icing on the cake is the grand finale contest that is going to be between defending champions Kumasi High School and one-time champion Prempeh College. Now, these two schools are going to argue for and against the motion code. Politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. We have Kumasi High School arguing for the motion and Prempeh College arguing against the motion. So let's have our friends over right now and have a conversation with them. And as they come, just also you know that we do this in collaboration with the Ghana Education Service, the Conference of Assisted Senior High Schools, Joy Prime, Joy Learning, Ghana the Love FM, I must say, and all our proud sponsors. And so let's speak to our friends right now. Just cut everything short and speak to them right now. I have to start from the school that is arguing for the motion. That's Kumasi High. Baba is here. Baba, how are you doing?
I'm very fine. Yourself?
I'm also doing fine. Talk to us. Baba, defending champions. What is the game plan today?
Right. Thank you very much. All that I can say is that this afternoon, Kumasi High School, we are leaving no stone unturned. We met Prempeh College in 2022. We beat them. We lifted the trophy. Last year we won, and we want to repeat it. We are winning back to back. All that I can say again is that this afternoon, Green Besanwe. So I'm telling my brother George from Prempeh College, say Ochinimutai Green Besanwe.
Let me speak to your supporter right now. Join me. Let's share a few words, or let's get some few words also from you.
Okay, so I am Kelvin, and today, Kumasi High School is expecting an inevitable victory. The last time my opponents were here, they bragged about being to 3 finals, these being their 4th, and winning just 1, as if it's something to brag about. But all this just proves it that they stand no chance against Kumasi High School, who has never lost a final. The Prempeh College might make it to the finals, but this is our turf. We make the game. That's why it's high schools debate.
All right, so thank you. Let me go to your supporter. I'll speak to the supporter before I speak to John, the patron of West Prempeh College.
My name is Mante Caleb Kwatsing, and yes, we've faced Kumasi High School before, but then this is a new battle. We are not here to rerun, we are here to rewrite history. And so Kumasi High School shouldn't boast because they won the last time, but they should prepare for a new battle. And we are not here to just debate, we're here to turn the script and own the stage. So expect nothing but the best from us.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Now let me end finally at the doorstep of the patron of Prempeh College. And Oshigo, how are you feeling?
I am good, but...
And you are looking also dapper, just like Baba is also looking. What's up?
Yeah, cool. I'm taking it cool.
Okay, so Prempeh College, are you here for the win?
Yeah, win and Prempeh are synonymous. You see, anytime you come and stand here, my colleague teachers speak as if they are the one debating. You see? Per fine margins, from the quarter, semis, we are the leading school in terms of marks accumulation. And Baba and I know the person who is doing well in this year's debate. I am not here to mention names. So let's see what happens. He's not the one debating. So if you come and make an emphatic statement here, the ball is going to be in the court of the debaters.
Okay, so let's say thank you once again to Christian Service University, the Ghana Education Service, the Conference of Heads of Assisted Senior High Schools, the Ashanti Regional Students Representative Council, Joy Prime, Joy Learning, and all our proud sponsors for being with us up to the grand finale of the 7th edition of the Love FM High Schools Debate. David, you can take it away from us now at the foyer. Well,
as I take over, what I want to do is this. Imran here. Imran here. Imran here. Hey, I'm out for. Earlier for the third place competition, we had the battle of the ladies. This time around is going to be the battle of the gentlemen. Kumasi High School defending champions, one-time champions in Prempeh College. They'll be doing battle in a bit. We're live on television, Joy Prime, and of course Joy Learning. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on radio, on Love 99.5. All of you in this beautiful auditorium, please put your hands together for the GES Ashanti for partnering us to do this beautiful competition. Let's also show some love for the Ashanti Regional, SRC, and of course CHAS. They are partnering us, they're supporting us to bring to you this competition from this beautiful auditorium at the Christian Service University. My name is David, And like I said, this is on television. It's on social media. On Facebook, drop your comments. We will reach out to those comments and share them with the rest of the world. We have been graced with his presence, and I'm talking about the presence of Dr. William Kwame Amankra Apia. He's the Ashanti Regional Director of the Ghana Education Service. He's been here since, around 1:30. He sat through the earlier competition. He's still going to sit in through the final competition. He has a few words for us. Please put your hands together for Dr. Amankra. And I was talking about his, fugu. I don't know where he gets it from. The colors are always unique. The size, something else to talk about. Doc, good afternoon.
Thank you, Dave. Is that good evening? Yeah, good evening. Oh, why? Good evening. Yes. Actually, I didn't know it was Prempeh College. And I usually call this Fugu Muba, but it was Kumasi High also coming. I'm privileged to come for this thing. At least it's a partnership between GS and Love FM. I have to commend them. David, you have done, and your team, you've done a very good job. Extremely good job. The way the ladies were talking, I think this is my second time listening to debate. We want to use all avenues to train our children. Wherever you fit, you have to perfect it. So the lawyers have to argue at the law court. I know they have groups that trains them. We need to also let them speed it up so that we get a lot of people going to that sector. But this competition, I don't know where my heart is and where where I'm sitting. It's very difficult. Pascal is here. Reverend is here. Prempeh College. But the best team wins. But you know where my heart is. My blood is green, but here the best team wins. Thank you.
Well, if you don't understand what he meant by his blood is green, he's an old student of Prempeh College. So he's a senior. Please put your hands together for Dr. William Kwame Amankra, the Regional Director of Education. I'd like to also acknowledge the presence of Ms. Amankwa. He's a regional manager for YAS. He's also here with us this afternoon. Ms. Amankwa, regional manager for YAS. Thanks very much for the support. Now I can see my ladies joining me right now. Patricia Amabunsu. And of course, Rebecca Maru. For Rebecca, we call her the First Lady. Hi, First Lady.
Hi, David.
How are you doing? I'm
Very
good.
Well, thank you.
And Patricia.
Hi, David.
You're looking gorgeous,
Thank you.
So let's acknowledge our sponsors. Which one is first on your list?
Talking of looking gorgeous, please clap for Esilali Empire. Oh, you won't clap. Thank you. Else minus 1,000. Esilali is the official makeup artist for the Love FM High School's debate. And so that's where we go to look very beautiful. And you can sign up today for her 2 weeks intensive or 3 months regular makeup class and become a professional. Book her also today and look beautiful for every occasion that you have. We also sell ladies wear, quality designer shoes, bags, accessories, perfumes, body splashes, and so much more. Also enjoy our signature vegetable, chicken, potato, and pasta salad prepared fresh daily at Salado GH. Call Esilali right now, 024-799-0760 for all your events orders. And also located at Amekom next to Wache Kumasi. Esilali Empire, we say your world of beauty and more.
Now we say a very big thank you to Amanono Rural Bank PLC Limited, which offers commercial, salary, auto, personal, group SME, agric, and Nkoso microfinance loans. They also operate different accounts and Enidasosusu savings. Receive your local and international money transfers from us. We are headquartered at Nginehini. In Kumasi, you can find us at Asafu near the VVIP bus terminal. Amanono Rural Bank, service beyond expectation.
We'd like to say thank you to Palm University College. They are admitting prospective students for their BSc and MSc options in Business Information Technology, Business Administration, Computer Science, Information Technology Management, Health Services Management, and also their leadership programs. They have other courses that you can actually choose from if you log on to www.palm.edu.gh. You can locate them at Manya, Jokpanya, Shire Hills in the Greater Accra region. We say Palm University College, become a Palmer today and succeed.
Now for high quality, customized, elegant and affordable wedding, engagement, promissory rings, visit St. Ben's Jewelry today. We design white, yellow, rose gold and silver rings, earrings, bracelets, wristwatches and other accessories. We offer special flexible payment terms for couples. You can locate us at Amakom, opposite Edward Nassar, and Adum Chelsea House, opposite Standard Chartered Bank. St. Ben's Jewelry, dream it and it will be done.
We'd like to say thank you also going out to Zwan. They've introduced the Zwan luncheon meat, cocktail sausages, and also the hot dog. And it is your secret to delicious, yummy, and energetic meals. It is perfect for spaghetti, noodles, salad, burgers, sandwiches, and more. Even if you are eating fufu and you want to add Zwan, it is allowed. And you can remember, you can actually also choose from our chicken, beef, turkey, hot, and spicy flavors. Zwan products are available at every shop you enter at KJTR Dubai Market, Dr. Mensa, and every supermarket. Grab Zwan today and have a wonderful taste.
Now, we'd also like to appreciate Dunamis Plus, which provides quality, affordable, and fire-resistant interior and exterior bulletproof, PVC interior and waterproof doors for homes, offices, schools, and other institutions. We also have beautiful furniture from Turkey. You can find us at Anhojo Atinga Junction off the Lameta Road, Tanoso, opposite the Catholic Church, and Buonho, close to the Cars Quarry Factory. Dunamis Plus, we give you real value for your money.
And we go all the way now to Ochiasekan Royal Bank, where you can get a current savings, fixed deposit, SUSU, or infant savings account. We give the fast-track loans with the lowest interest rate on the market. So you can also receive your local and international money transfers from any of our branches located at Kofi Ase, Asante Mampon, Ejira, Sepebuo Krom, Abofo, Makro, Swame Market, and King Kenso, and also Dr. Mensa. Ochiasekan Royal Bank, we are your savior in royal banking.
Now, ABA Herbal Center specializes in the treatment of glaucoma, cataract, long and short-sightedness, and every kind of eye problem. If you experience menstrual disorder, hypertension, stroke, prostate, liver, and kidney-related diseases, we are here to help you. Visit ABA Herbal today in Kumasi, at Kwadaso Ejinase behind the main market, and Doma Ahenkro, we are near the Ebenezer Preschool, adjacent Apiakawi Cold Store.
Daxa Dental is still giving a 10% discount off a wide range of specialist dental services like extraction, cleaning, polishing, filling, braces, bad breath treatment, and also they use ultra-modern digital x-rays for accurate diagnosis. Go there from Mondays to Saturdays, and even on Sundays, they work from 12 noon to 4 p.m. Book an appointment today at any of their branches located at IPT, opposite the first gate of Amstead. Amekom, they are inside the city-style building, and Ahojo, they are opposite latex foam. Daxa Dental, we say smile with confidence.
And the very last one on my list before David takes over, we say a very big thank you to Gimpa Kumasi campus, which is accepting applications for its diploma, undergraduate, and postgraduate diploma programs. We have a 1-year master's program in supply chain management, project management, accounting, and taxation. Gimpa offers a 4-month postgraduate diploma in occupational safety, health, and environmental management. Sign up for our evenings, weekends, and regular lectures. You can find our campus behind the Kumasi City Mall, Asqua, and visit www.gimpa.edu.gh on how to apply.
David, take it away.
Thank you very much, beautiful ladies. Please push your hands together for Becca and Patricia. They just ran us through a few of the sponsors we have. We'll be sharing some more with you in a bit. But talking about sharing some more with you, one of our main sponsors for this year is in Bonva Stores. And so please, with a round of applause, let's welcome a representative from Bonva Stores. I believe I can see Akosia walking towards the podium to share a few words with us. Akosia, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, David. So before I start Prempeh College and Kumasi High School, I want you to give yourselves a round of applause, because standing here to debate isn't an easy task. Yeah, so good evening, everyone, and to the Multimedia Ghana team, the school authorities, students, judges, dignitaries, and of course, our brilliant students, Prempeh College and then Kumasi High School. I bring you greetings on behalf of Bonva Stores. So now, for those of you who may be hearing about us for the first time, Bonva Stores is a trusted travel and tour agency here in Ghana. By the way, we are the #1 trusted travel and tour agency here in Ghana. We specialize in study abroad placements, global internships, work abroad opportunities, visa support, local and international tours. Now to our business community, those of us here and then those watching online, this September, we are leading a powerful Turkey business trip, which is starting right from the 9th to the 15th, focused on real trade assets. And in this tour, our participants will meet direct manufacturers. They will be given the opportunity to buy at factory prices. They would enjoy full travel support, which is visa, flights, hotels, meals, and logistics. And now to the exciting part. Before I go here, I want us to do something quickly. When I say Bonva Stores, I want all of us to respond by saying the joy of tourism. So Bonva Stores. I'm not hearing as well. Bonva Stores. Okay, so together with Multimedia Ghana, Bonva Stores is offering an all-expense-paid trip, which is an educational trip to Turkey, under the theme Learning Through Discovery, Culture, History, and Global Exposure. Prempeh College and Kumasi High School, you don't look excited. Are you not excited about this trip? Are you not excited? I'm repeating it again. So together with Multimedia Ghana, Bonva Stores is offering an all-expense-paid trip, which is an educational trip to Turkey, under the theme Learning Through Discovery, Culture, History, and Global Exposure. Now, this life-changing experience will include your visa support, return airfare, hotel accommodation, daily meals and transport, visits to world-renowned historical sites in Turkey, Istanbul to be precise, a VIP academic facility tour at Acıbadem University and Hospital, and then finally an unforgettable cruise along the Bosphorus. So this journey isn't just a reward to the winning school, but then a springboard for broader perspectives, confidence, and cultural immersion. And then that's not all. Not only are we giving you this Turkey trip, but also to every other school that took part in this competition. So not only are we talking about the finalists, but every other school that took part in this competition, we really haven't forgotten about you. So we are offering free consultation and advisory sessions for the students. You will be coming to your various schools to do this. We will be giving on-campus information sessions on global opportunities, especially the opportunities abroad. And a dedicated school liaison for follow-up, and then personalized support will be assigned to these schools. And yes, all of this comes at no cost. So now to Multimedia Ghana, we say thank you for trusting Bonva Stores with this noble vision. To our finalists, Prempeh College and Kumasi High School, congratulations. You've already made your schools proud. So now, which school do you think is winning this competition? Is it Prempeh College or Kumasi High School? Is it Prempeh College or Kumasi High School? Okay, well, may the best school win. So contact us on 0261 671 686, 0261 671 686, or 0531 090 068. 0531 090 068. Visit us on www.bonvastores.com and follow us on all our social media platforms at Bonva Stores. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Akosia. Very eloquent. I'm wondering whether she was a debater when she was at school. She speaks very well. I would have to, interview her to find out a few things about her. But please put your hands together for Bonva Stores for this amazing package for the debaters, and of course the patrons would also get to enjoy. Do I need to say this? I'll say it at the end of the competition, because somebody also from GES is going to go on this trip as well. So one more time, please, a round of applause for Bonva Stores. Thank you so much. Now we're going to stand on the existing, protocols for want of time. So we have our accurate timekeeper already seated, and he'll be doing his job as expected. Now, if you are halfway through your debate as a debater, please listen. This is what you will hear. He would alert you by doing this. But when your time is entirely up and you have to stop talking and drop the microphone, this is what you will hear. What do you say? No, mommy. Why? With that out of the way, let me introduce to you a panel of judges who are still seated to do their job. Now, before I do that, let me just, say this, that these judges are here and they have their own independent mind to do what has been asked of them to do. And so for a school to be declared a winner, we have a unanimous decision and a majority decision. Unanimous is simple. All three judges scores for the winning school. That is what we mean by the unanimous decision. And then we have the majority decision, which means that two judges will score in favor of the school that will be adjudged the winner for the 2025 edition of the Love FM High Schools debate. So it's as simple as that. Professor Martin Kujo Akote is a political sociologist and an associate professor of governance and development studies. Professor Akote is currently serving as rector of the Valley View University Kumasi campus. He is here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, as one of our judges. Please show him some love with a round of applause. Thanks very much, Prof, for your presence. We appreciate you. With that out of the way, Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Akosia Andrews. She was dancing when the live band performance was ongoing. She even gave out some money to the musicians. Well, she's a teacher at the KN University Basic School. She's taught for well over 25 years, and she has a lot of experience when it comes to debate. We acknowledge her presence this afternoon as well as one of our judges with us this afternoon. Please put your hands together for her, Dr. Beatrice Akosia Andrews. Some of us refer to him as Pierrot, others empiricism man, but his real name is Dr. Peter Arthur. Now, Dr. Peter Arthur is the lead judge for the Love FM High Schools debate. He is the former head of the English department and former head of the Language and Communication Sciences department at KNUST. He delves into textuality, oral, written, and all kinds of text. He is here this afternoon as our lead judge. Please put your hands together for him. Well, I'm sure that we're very, very familiar with all the rules of engagement. We're equally familiar with how they score. So for want of time, we're not going to bother you with that. We want to go straight into action. The motion for this final is politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. Kumasi High School are for the motion. Prempeh College are against the motion. And when I mention the motion, I've heard people laugh in the auditorium. It means you love the motion. Please put your hands together for yourselves for me. Thank you so much. As you're very much aware, we're live on television. We acknowledge all our viewers on Joy Prime and Joy Learning. We also acknowledge our viewers on our YouTube channel and, of course, Facebook. And for Facebook, drop comments there. We'll be reading out those comments shortly. And thank you very much for tuning into Love 99.5 FM to enjoy the upcoming grand finale in terms of the Love FM High Schools debate for the year 2025. At this point in time, we'll go to Kumasi High School and ask their students to stand. Emrantie! 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 Please stand. And you're standing because you're just about to sing for us your school anthem. I said it a few weeks ago that you have a rendition. I don't know whether you're going to do the original version or the rendition, but whichever way it is, please sing with joy, sing with pride, sing with smiles on your faces, because that's going to energize your debaters who mount the podium, grab the microphone, and make themselves and the school proud. So if you're ready, Uncle Collins is going to assist you as you sing your school anthem. Just take a cue from the song is going to play by way of your anthem, and you sing along. So on 3, 1, 2, go. They are singing or shouting for joy right now. As to whether they will conquer or they will be conquered, we'll get to find out in a bit. But before I invite their debaters to mount the podium, I want you to feast your eyes on our monitors. We put something together for you, something special together for your entertainment, for your enjoyment. Collins, if you're ready, please. The promo videos, if they are ready, please. High school.
Hello everyone, my name is Dennis Owusu Boateng Adade, popularly known by my stage name as Laboro, and I had the honor of winning the 4th edition of the Love FM High School debate in the year 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, to my first question, if doctors, lawyers, psychologists, and all other professions undergo an institutional training in order to improve upon their various sectors, why should the pastoral ministers be left out? A question I pose to you.
Winning of the trophy wasn't just an award, but then it was an opportunity for me to be able to think critically, communicate effectively, and most of all, to believe in the power of ideas. Well, I represented Kumasi High School. That is Kuhi's, the one and only high school in Kumasi, and it opened an area of opportunities for me even today.
In the requirements, after the calling, the next is academic efficiency. Thank you for that.
Another year has dawned, and we are facing a very interesting scenario of Kumasi High School going against Prempeh. To our boys, I would say that they should give it all their best, and they should trust in Sewawe a lot, right? And his team, Madam Anesthesia, and all the rest who supported us. Because this is not just a defense of our title, right? It's a defense of a legacy, more than a trophy. And to our Prempeh contestants, we acknowledge that you are there, but then we don't see you. We believe that with time, everything will go on as planned.
We had indeed to reminisce, didn't we? Did you enjoy that? Are you sure you did? Then put your hands together for him. With that out of the way, let's welcome the debaters for Kumasi High School, Tony Abebio and Aaron Jedu Kumenin. I can see them from where I'm standing. They just stood up from their seats, descending the staircase right now. Looking pensive, taking a handshake, mounting the podium right now. Just took their seats. And when it's their turn, they'll be doing justice to the motion. All right. Are you comfortably seated? Are your seats comfortable? They've nodded in affirmation. Those are debaters from Kumasi High School. A man for. A man for. Let's read one more time. A man for. Please stand as well. And I'm asking you to stand because you heard what students from high school did a while ago. It's your turn to also sing for us your school anthem. If you're forgetting how to sing it, don't worry. Just open your mouth and close it. It's acceptable. But I'm hoping that you know how to sing your school anthem. Please sing it with pride, sing it with joy, sing it with smiles on your faces. Are you ready? I can hear you. Are you ready? If you say you are, then on 3, 1, 2, go. Oh my God. It's beautiful. And of course, I saw, the Regional Director of Education for the region singing along. I'm sure that his heart is maybe in his heart, and his mouth actually, hoping that the students will do his school proud. We'll see how it goes in a bit. But before we welcome your debaters as well, you know what we did for Kumasi High School a while ago? We'd like to do same for you. So you can sit right now and feast your eyes on the monitors. We have something beautiful for you to enjoy. So Collins, if you're ready, please roll.
Our premier point in opposition of a resolution is that academic qualification cannot be fully trusted.
Hello friends and of course family, my name is Manuel H. I'm a principal, speaker and finalist for the 2022 edition of the Love FM High School Debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the 2023 champions, Prempeh College.
Hello seniors, this is Alfred Akwasi Gwesiama, principal speaker of the winning team of the 2023 Love FM High School Debate.
My name is Emmanuel Gali and I was subordinate speaker for Prempeh College in 2023. We won the Love FM High School Debate, yeah.
Come on guys, 4 finals in 5 years. This is not something any high school can accomplish. This is Prempeh College, and we know that at the end of this competition, by God's grace, Prempeh College will reign victorious.
I am particularly excited at the progress the boys have displayed so far. I'm amazed at the growth they have shown from every single stage they've been on, from the round of 16 to the quarterfinal to the semi-final, and now we're in the final, so at least I'm hopeful of a trophy.
And for the contestants today, I have to say you all have a good chance and a good opportunity, but yes, we all know who's going to win.
We're behind you, we're supporting you, I am rooting for you. So make sure that you get that trophy home and do your best. And for whoever our opponents are, I'm sorry, but this is ours.
Well, I'm sure you can see the transformation just a few years ago till now. And even the language has changed. They are studying abroad in America, in the UK. It's all courtesy of the Love FM High Schools Debate. And for those of you who are here and you want us to support, this course next year, 2026, please tell all the companies out there to come and support the Love FM High Schools Debate. I'm slanging, aren't I? I heard to propose myself. Well, thank you very much. Let me, at this point in time, introduce the debaters for Prempeh College. Kwame Ohene Echampong is the principal speaker, supported by Godfred Adongo. All right. The motion, politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. Kumasi High School defending champions are for the motion. Prempeh College, they are against the motion. And there they are. Debaters representing Prempeh College. Madam Chairperson, please, with your permission, can we begin the debate? She says yes. Thank you so much. Listen, a round of applause for our chairperson, the ambassador also for the Love FM High Schools Debate. She's amazing. She's awesome. Accurate timekeeper, are you ready? He says he is. Panel of judges, you're good to go. Regional director, ask whether the same smile will be there after the contest. Time will tell. But for now, let's go to Kumasi High School to welcome the principal speaker, Tony Abebio, to start the debate. Tony, mount the podium now.
Hello. Lord Acton once said, and I quote, "Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely," unquote. But in Ghana's democracy, corruption does not tend to happen dressed in political suits and drives V8. Now, we are not here to exonerate civil servants, no, because we know there are some few envelope lovers in there too. But this motion asks us to make a clear judgment. Who is more corrupt? Who signs billion-dollar contracts and who awards ghost projects? Politicians. We are not here to compare saints to sinners, but we are comparing bank robbers, that is the politicians, to ATM pickpockets, that is the civil servants. And politicians are more corrupt because they design, control, and protect the very corruption that they claim to fight against. With this, the chairperson, respected judges, meticulous timekeeper, co-debaters, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. Representing Kumasi High School, I am Abebio Kwesi Tony, an eloquent principal speaker, speaking in full affirmation of the motion on board, quote and unquote, politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. But the House, before I proceed with my submission, allow me to simplify some key terms in the motion for better understanding. According to Wikipedia, a politician is a person who participates in policy-making processes, usually an elected official. Oxford Learner's Dictionary defines corrupt as willing to use their power to do dishonest or illegal things in return for money or to get an advantage. And according to Science Direct, a civil servant is an individual responsible for a variety of government activities, such as shaping public policy, providing services, and administering regulatory functions. That cannot be done by a private or voluntary institution. All in all, the chair, the motion simply means that political leaders are more involved in corruption and misuse power than ordinary government workers that help run the day-to-day services of a country. The chair, our first point in full support of the motion is that the inordinate desire by politicians to obtain and use power for their parochial interests makes them more corrupt than civil servants. My dear audience, look around Ghana today. Why do most politicians spend thousands of cedis just to win internal primaries and not even the main elections? Is it the case that they are more patriotic than you and I, who are not into politics? No, the truth is simple. Politicians want power because power is money. And the moment they win power, they move from Toyota Kwame to V8. And suddenly, their children are no longer living in Ghana. The chair, then they'll come and tell you and me that politics is service to the nation. Oh, really? Let's watch this video from Joy News.
The icing on the cake was the cash in branded envelopes that were given to delegates under the guise of transport fare from some of the aspirants.
Yeah, more than 2,000 cities. More than 2,000. And they give me a lot of fare too right now. Yeah, they give me a lot of fare too.
We got a lot of money.
Money.
This is the first time.
Yes, you see, this is the money.
We never experienced this before.
You see, it's my money.
The chair, this burning desire for power is not service, but a well-planned investment play. Unlike among civil servants, where most of them actually want to serve the nation and are employed based on their merits. Point 2, our assets declaration enshrined in law, which has been abused by our political leaders, is a testimony that politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. Ladies and gentlemen, our 1992 Constitution, Article 286, says that every public officer, especially MPs, ministers, and the president, is supposed to declare his assets before taking office and when leaving office. But for over 30 years since this law was enshrined, how many politicians have followed it faithfully? Pierrot and Dr. Beatrice. You see, when it is campaigning time, these politicians sit on national TV and radio to tell us that, oh, they are humble and they are ready to serve. But the moment they win power, then suddenly they are building mansions in East Legon. Suddenly, their children are studying in European countries and they come and sit in this hard economy with you and me, clean their mouths, and then keep quiet about where the money came from. A report by the Fourth Estate on the 30th of April 2025 reveals that 55 appointees, ministers, deputies, and agency heads defied an ultimatum by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, mandating assets declaration by March 31, 2025. The chair in the House, imagine if you and I were civil servants and we're supposed to declare our assets before working in a school or at the DVLE and we refuse. Hey, would we still be working? No. But these politicians, they walk around freely with no fear, no shame, and no accountability. And this clearly proves that politicians are more corrupt because they are able to abuse power and get away freely. Meanwhile, civil servants cannot follow suit. Moving on to our third point, the apathetic approach or lack of political will to clear corruption in the political space is a clear testimony that politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. Madam Jackson, our politicians employ a lethargic approach in addressing issues like corruption because they themselves benefit from it. And let's not pretend corruption exists in the civil service. I mean, we see it at the passport offices, the DVLE, and even in our schools. But the bitter truth is that these civil servants are simply playing a game that politicians created. Because politicians appoint these civil servants and manipulate them to engage in corrupt activities. And when they are caught, they are punished. But when a minister of parliament or a minister is caught in corruption, they are investigated until we all forget about the whole issue. An article by My Joy Online on the 27th of November 2020 reveals that former special prosecutor Martin Amidu questioned the commitment of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in his fight against corruption, and even called the president the mother serpent of corruption. Our opponent, has it ever happened in Ghana's history that any civil servant has been labeled as the mother serpent of corruption? No. So if the president has been recognized as the hotspot for all corrupt activities, then how come Amanfoɔ come here today to preach that civil servants are more corrupt than politicians? Point 4, the rate at which political leaders clear their own people on trial for alleged corrupt activities buttresses the fact that politicians are more corrupt. Ladies and gentlemen, in Ghana today, when a civil servant is caught in corruption, he is either suspended or dismissed. But when a political leader is caught, all we hear is, oh, we are setting up a committee and let us allow investigations to work. And before you realize, their names have been cleared quietly. The House, I'm sure we all remember when His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo was nicknamed clearing agent because anytime a party official or minister was accused of engaging in corrupt activities, their names were cleared quietly, no matter how serious the evidence was. A report by Ghana Web on the 26th of November 2020 reveals a list of corruption scandals under His Excellency Akufo-Addo's government and indicates that relatives and government appointees of the president were either still at post or left off the hook. In contrast, another report by Ghana Web on the 8th of December 2023 reveals that 7 senior high school heads were interdicted for alleged collection of unauthorized school fees. This includes heads of Kumasi Girls Alliance, Asantemai SHS, KSTS, among others. And this clearly shows that civil servants face the consequences of their actions. But politicians are able to use their power to show themselves and their allies, making their corruption more serious and widespread than that of a civil servant. Point 5, the chair, political cronyism on the part of political leaders entrusted to power portrays them as more corrupt than civil servants. My lovely audience, we agree that civil servants are corrupt, but we must ask, who creates the environment for corrupt activities? It is the politicians, the chair and the House. They come into power and then engage in nepotism by appointing family members and close relations to hold public offices and prioritize loyalty over competence. And when these close relations become heads of institutions like NHIS or the Ghana Revenue Authority, they also pressure honest civil servants to engage or else they will be dismissed. An article by Modern Ghana on the 26th of June 2019 reveals that former Auditor General Daniel Demelovo warned that most head of state institutions were appointed not based on merit but as political rewards. The chair in the House, he therefore called for a streamlining of recruitment to public services. And this clearly shows us that civil servants can engage in all the corruption they want, but in the end, politicians will still be more corrupt because they do not just take part in the corruption, they literally organize it. The chair, I know our opponents may come and say that civil servants are the real problem because they are everywhere and they take bribes at the DVLA, passport office, etc., etc. But let's ask ourselves, who created that culture? And who appoints the heads of those departments? It is the politician. It is the politician that tells the civil servant, quote and unquote, you owe us, we gave you power, make sure we benefit. So Amanfoɔ, in this case, who is more corrupt? The one stealing under pressure or the one using power to direct and protect theft? The chair, before I resume my seat, I would like to let everyone know that civil servants may engage in corruption or take bribes, but politicians take the future. Thank you.
Friends, in as much as we seek not to paint politicians as saints, If the future of our nation depends on the character of its people, then we must start with the one stamping the fake documents, collecting the bribes, and yet showing up at church on Sunday to shout Holy Ghost fire, when the only fire we should be talking about is the one they have used to cook this country. Oh yes, politicians may be greedy, but civil servants, they are the gatekeepers of corruption. The standing chairperson, bold and impartial panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, all other protocols duly observed. A lovely good afternoon to you all. Representative Prempeh College, I am Kwame Ohene Echampo, a passionate principal speaker in full opposition of the resolution before the House today, which I quote, politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. Madam Chair, explaining key terms within the motion, politicians refers to individuals involved in politics who are often elected into government. To be corrupt means to use one's power or authority to obtain advantages for oneself using illegal means. And civil servants refer to non-partisan employees of the government who perform special functions for it. Now, please pay attention. The classical economic theory agrees with us that the three factors of production, which is the steering wheel to Ghana's economic development, are land, labor, and capital. In Ghana, the civil service controls the levers to all three factors, granting it 100% authorization by the Public Financial Management Act to 1. Issue permits, 2. Control procurement, and 3. Sit atop budget executions. And so yes, politicians may corrupt policies, but civil servants corrupt systems, which are the steering wheel to our nation's economic development. And so for my opponent to mount this podium and assert that politicians are more corrupt than civil servants is not just a symptom of knowledge deficit, but an embarrassment to the principle of logic. This into concept, our premier point in support of our stance is civil servants are more corrupt than politicians because they prepare the bribes, formulate the budget, utilizing the process in order to engage in embezzlement. Ladies and gentlemen, all my law enthusiasts will agree with me that the Ghana National Civil Service Act, BNDCL 327, states that civil servants, 1, formulate government policies, and 2, evaluate and implement these policies, which serve as the core for utilizing the land, labor, and capital for socio-economic development. With this, even the statue at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle will point to the civil servant as the main architect responsible for poisoning the National Health Insurance Service, the paperless policy program, and other government policies. The chair, my opponent mounted this podium and alluded to the fact that these politicians have oversight over the government policies and hence possess more power to corrupt resources. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call a biased consideration of evidence. Oh, the politician has oversight too, but the civil servant who designs the framework formulates and maps his corrupt agenda into the policy even before it lands on the minister's table. No wonder the Auditor General's report in the year 2023 indicated that 2.3 billion Ghana cedis went into the procurement and supply chain industry's financial irregularities. Meanwhile, mothers lie on the floor with their newborn babies at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Hey, Ghanaians are tired. But sure, let us buy into their propaganda and blame the NPP and NDC men. Maybe then we shall make headway. The chair, we further assert that these civil servants are the primary gatekeepers of corruption, controlling daily administrative processes where corruption is systemic. Yes, my opponent obviously generated their point from Alibaba.com. Otherwise, they would have discovered that 74% of all corruption cases in Africa are as a result of civil servants and not the politicians, as reported by Transparency International in the year 2022. Again, my opponents alluded that these politicians have control over the national budget and the loans, and hence are more poised to engage in corruption. The chair, this is what we call a false cause fallacy. We woke up on the morning of 8th March 2019 to a news report by the Ghana Integrity Initiative stating that DVLA officials were caught pocketing 1,500 Ghana cedis from applicants. For what? To steal the driver's license and obtain fake driver's license for unqualified candidates. No wonder the 16-year-old son of the Bishop Salif Wamako, obviously in an in psychological state of mind where it was improper, and also at a very young age, managed to get his hands on a vehicle only to crash into and kill 2 innocent young ladies. Only for his father, the bishop, to have the audacity to tell Ghanaians not to talk about his son because apparently he did not kill with a gun. Let's check the house. These institutions are killing us. With this, I put it to my opponents to mount this podium. With this, I put it to my opponents to mount this podium and prove the authenticity and credibility of the information they are provided here today. Furthermore, we argue that bureaucracy is the engine of corruption and it thrives more powerfully in the civil service than in politics. Can I shock you? You see, corruption does not thrive in the chaotic political scenes. No. It thrives in the processes and systems which are obviously orchestrated by the permanent civil service members rather than the politicians who come and go. Their research was obviously not extensive. Otherwise, they would have realized that 65% of all world corruption cases reported by the World Bank in 2023 alone, resulted in a loss of 19.9 million US dollars, twice the amount Ghana has invested into the free senior high school policy. Say, no wonder when you go and make a requisition for teaching materials, some 25-year-old can look into the face of a world-meaning educationist such as yourself and tell you to go and come back tomorrow. Why? Because he has pocketed the resources and is spending it on champagne and granules. Meanwhile, we are here suffering. Let's check the house. If the civil servant in today's Ghana is not the most corrupt individual, then the word corrupt has been corrupted. And so we move to our fifth point. We argue that civil servants utilize their anonymity to build corruption syndicates that outlast several governments. Now I'm going to get technical, so please follow me. You see, let's get interactive but secretive. I want to take you down memory lane to the year 2014. When Modern Ghana reported that a certain NSS director by name Alhaji Imoro actually embezzled 7.9 million Ghana cedis every single year using 22,612 ghost names. Now, please, let's do some calculations. All right. Let's say a politician was in power for 8 years. Like 2 terms, that is 8 years. And let's assume that he embezzled the same amount of money every single year for 8 years. 7.9 times 8, that'll give you what? $63.2 million. But you see, these civil servants, they are in power for much longer. This Alhaji Imoro was in position for 15 years. Now let's do the calculations. Let's assume that he didn't even increase the amount at the end of every single year and decided to embezzle that same amount of money. That would amount to what? 118.5 million Ghana cedis, resulted in a significant loss in our nation's income, neglecting and resulting in a handicap of our utilization of labor and natural resources. And so if not a single student from Kumasi High School can make a comparative analysis between the civil service corruption and political corruption, then surely what you need is a multiplication timetable, not a trophy. The chair the house, I rest my case.
The chair and the house. Corruption is a societal cancer. Yes. We are not here to talk about corruption in general, but rather we are here to diagnose the worst infected organ in our governance system. We are also not here to preach the sacrosanct of the civil service, but rather we are here to prove to all and sundry that politicians are more corrupt than the civil servants. With us, the chairperson, respected judges, meticulous timekeeper, esteemed colleague debaters, distinguished guests, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. All other protocols duly observed. A very good afternoon. Representing Kumasi High School, I am Aaron Jedu Kumeni, a proud supporting speaker, speaking in full support of the motion. As the rallying cry goes, politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. The chairperson, since my able principal speaker has elucidated and elaborated the technicalities of this motion to the simplest understanding of all and sundry, I rise to present more facts to solidify our stance and rebut fallacious assertions. Moving on to our set points, the chair in the House. Politicians are more corrupt than civil servants because some high-profile politicians have been tried by a competent court of jurisdiction and not a court of public opinion. So Amanfo notes that in Ghana here, accountability is not determined by a court of public opinion, but rather a measured hall of justice. In fact, according to the Ghana Headline Report on the 23rd of February 2018, it reveals that Honorable Abu Gapele, the former National Coordinator for the Ghana Youth Employment and Entrepreneurship Development Agency, as well as the Member of Parliament for Chana Paga constituency, was sentenced to 6 years of imprisonment because of his involvement in the 4.1 million JIDA scandal. Furthermore, Ghana Web also reported on the 29th of April 2003 by saying that some top state officials were sentenced to imprisonment because of their involvement in a quality grain company case. And these high-profile politicians include Honorable Kwame Pepra, the former Minister for Finance, Honorable Ibrahim Adams, the former Minister for Food and Agriculture, as well as Honorable George Yankee, the Director for Legal Sector at the Office of the Presidency. This clearly proves to us that politicians are more corrupt than the civil servants because politicians are always found at the center stage for high-profile corruption scandals. Moving on to our 7 points, the chair and the House. Inappropriate budgetary allocation by politicians elected into office positions them as more corrupt than the civil servants. A civil servant might misplace a few office chairs, but as for these politicians, they hold poverty reduction meetings in 5-star hotels. Announcing their corruption scandals in huge headlines. In fact, according to the Graphic Online report on the 22nd of December 2023, it reveals that the Parliament of Ghana approved an estimated amount of 2 billion Ghana cedis to be allocated to the office of the government machinery. This is a huge sum of money that could have been channeled to sectors like the education, but now it goes straight into the coffers of an ordinary politician. Corruption at the top level chain far exceeds misappropriation by the technocrats. Moving on to our 8th point, the chair in the House. The failure of politicians elected into office as policymakers to restore state institutions that fight against corruption is the main reason why politicians are more corrupt than the civil servants. These civil servants will work in institutions to make sure that policies are well implemented. But as for these politicians, they sit down to keep these various institutions starving. In fact, according to the Ghana Web report on the 20th of December 2018, it reveals that the Economic and Organized Crime Office, commonly known as YOKU, was in short of funds to the extent that it was struggling to even pay their electricity bills. And Dr. Ofak, if he was here, he will have testified to the fact that, as an economic guru, he will have testified to the fact that underfunding of such institutions affects our economy adversely because corruption, as we know, drives away investments and economic growth. The chair and the House, side with me as we dive in slowly, but inexorably in my opponent's baseless arguments. My opponents asserted that the civil servants formulate government policies, so it makes them more corrupt than these politicians. But that is not the case because if civil servants are to formulate policies, I agree with that. It is the idea of these politicians that are formulated. Example, the National Cathedral Project was the idea of an ordinary politician who wanted to exploit the system into his advantage. And it was formulated by these civil servants. So it means that, Amanfo, your points did not register. My opponents also asserted that the DVLA officials engaged in embezzlement. But that is not the case because my principal speaker said in his presentation that the heads of the DVLA are appointed by politicians and they are forced to do the bidding by these politicians. And also my opponents asserted that institutionalized corruption by the civil servants makes the civil servants more corrupt than the politicians. But that is not the case because my principal speaker also said in his presentation that politicians appoint people to be the heads of office because of nepotism and they are forced to do what they want the politicians to do for them, and that is why they are more corrupt than the civil servants. My opponents also asserted that ghost names, please present the evidence. According to the City Newsroom report, the Auditor General's report reveals that 12.8 billion was lost through irregularities. That's including contracts inflation, unauthorized payments and procurement breaches, often led by ministries, political heads, and not junior civil servants. And also, my Amanfo also said that corruption is the system, but that is not the case, because we have the system being held accountable by these civil servants, because there are loopholes in these systems, and then the system is being corrupted by these political leaders. The chair, the house. Thank you.
Lovely audience, my opponents in all their points want to claim that politicians are corrupt because they control the money, give the contract, and sit on top of the chains. Impartial panel of judges. This is an oversimplified casual chain fallacy, wanting us to believe that simply because politicians are on top, they are automatically the root cause of corruption below. My dear, corruption is not a waterfall from above. It's a network that includes active corrupt agents throughout. That's why, in the context of today's argument, we weigh the power and effect of corruption. We from the opposition are never praising corruption. In fact, it's a no, no, no. We will never and ever support corruption, especially looking at what corruption has done to our beloved country called Ghana. However, we all have fallen short of the glory of God. But the question today is, who has fallen shorter of the glory? Is it politicians whose thin line or whose office evaporates into the thin air after every 4 years, or the ill-mannered, soft-spoken sly as a fox lady or gentleman with almost 3 decades in the civil service world, stealing the bread of the poor while smiling at them? Lord of mercy. To you, the ever-wise chairperson, bold and impartial jury, representing Prempeh College, my name, Godfred Adongo, a bold and eloquent supporting speaker in opposition of the resolution before the House today. And I quote, politicians are more corrupt than civil servants, unquote. Now the House. Per my role as a supporting speaker, I will simply proceed with organized facts to buttress our stance. In light of this, point 6, we debate that today's corrupt politicians are often yesterday's civil servants, trained in the system, shaped by it, and now they are weaponizing what they've learned. That's why my opponents want us to believe that corruption begins when the campaign monies go up. But that's a poverty of aspects. Corruption then starts on the campaign trails. No, it started in the far rooms, at payroll decks and during political recruitments. Lovely audience of multimedia, have you all forgotten about the infamous Jida scandal? Oh, no way. In 2017, City FM reported that Abu Pele and Philip Asibit had siphoned over $4.1 million meant for youth development. This wasn't any regular embezzlement. No, it was executed with precision, with people who knew how the system had worked inside, especially when one had worked in the Internal Revenue Service as an inspector of taxes for over a decade. The route travels all around the world. So if my opponents are saying civil servants, or if my opponents are saying politicians are corrupt, yes, we agree. But these people graduated from the Civil Service Academy of Misconduct. That's their actual alma mater. So our 7th point, the chair, we debate that some of the most damaging corrupt acts happen quietly, without a single politician in sight. The chair, the House. Corruption doesn't always wear a suit or hold a press conference. Sometimes it holds or it wears a name tag and visits or also whispers from behind the decks. The House. Let's talk facts. In 2025, over 81,000 fake names were found on Ghana's NSA payrolls. Hey, ghost workers receiving and drawing salaries they never earned. No campaign rallies, no ministerial cars, just pure fraud orchestrated by civil servants. Now, the House, pay attention. Listen to me. Listen to me with clear hearts and minds. How many of us have heard the famous or popular something small for the boys at the passport offices? Or should I say, you must show some workings before your child gets into the desired school of his or her choice. These are not political scandals, so no. They are daily betrayals by bureaucrats who hold our wallets. Yes, the daily and ask the ordinary Ghanaians, and they'll spend this money. Let's share. If this isn't the truth, then all those ghost names are John Cena, because apparently we can't see them. So our 8th and final point, the chair, we debate that corruption in our civil service is protected by internal cover-ups and weak disciplinary structures. The chair, when a politician is corrupt, it is on the news. But when a civil servant is caught, the report gets lost, the files goes missing, and when care is not taken, panel of judges, the whole place will be burnt, and suddenly no one gets to know about anything. Chair, the House. Politicians in Ghana here today, the Auditor General's report repeatedly reviews over repeatedly reveals financial irregularities in our ministries, agencies, and many more. But year after year, no action is taken. Why? Because the civil servants know how to protect their own, especially in our schools and even our workplaces. Let's be truthful to ourselves. You report a colleague, you become the problem. The chair, and so happens in the corruption workers. Civil servants don't just know how to manipulate the system, they know how to bury the evidence too. The chair, politicians are corrupt, yes, but when they are caught, they face public scrutiny on TV, radios, etc., which is rightfully so. But tell me, the house, what happens to civil servants? What happens to them? Even their names and faces become more invisible than the ghost tags they created. In here, stop pretending and protecting the people who are already poised for action. Action, indeed. Now, the chair of the house. In my opponent's cantata, the Achu and Paul cantata, they alluded that politicians corrupt the system, hence are more corrupt. The chair, this is a fallacy, ignoring the root cause. Why? Because politicians are trained, the politicians were trained by civil servants in the system. Many politicians were groomed under their civil service by the Civil Service Academy of Misconduct. So what are they saying? My opponent also alluded that many politicians are on the media for scandals, hence are more corrupt. That's the biased visibility fallacy, because politicians are public figures, yes, but the people we don't see, the invisible ones, hurt the economy than a 5-day constipated stomach. My opponent also alluded that politicians, especially ministers, sign the contract, hence are more corrupt. They share the house. This, or should I say, this is a fallacy, because signing a contract is one step, but whose playground is the signing of execution and also the processing? Certainly not the ministers of state, but the civil servants. My opponent also alluded that corruption. My opponent also alluded that civil servants, politicians, control the funds, hence are more corrupt. This is a fallacy, because corruption is not equal to more corrupt. Let me read it so that I'll be clear. My opponents alluded that they claim that civil servants don't own V8 or foreign accounts. This is a poverty of aspects. Have they checked the side businesses, family assets, and overseas education plans of these broke civil servants? These people are professionals at what they do. Besides, you don't need a V8 to be corrupt. You can drive an Okada and break and steal millions of money. Again, my opponents also claim that politicians stole more money at once and hence they are corrupt. It's a false comparison fallacy. Why? Imagine a politician stealing $1 million over 4 years and a person, a civil servant, spending over $10,000 in the 40-year career. Now do the math. Who harms us the most? Do your math and come and tell us later. Thank you.
Hello. The chair. All protocol duly observed. Allow me to recap all the cogent points that we raised in favor of the motion. We contended that 1, the inordinate desire by political leaders to obtain and use power for their parochial interests makes them more corrupt than civil servants. 2, our assets declaration enshrined in law, which has been abused by our politicians, is a testimony that politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. 3, their pathetic approach or lack of political will by politicians to clear corruption in political spaces is a clear testimony that politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. 4, the rate at which political leaders clear their own people on trial for alleged corrupt activities buttresses the fact that politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. 5, political cronyism on the part of political leaders entrusted to power portrays them as more corrupt than civil servants. 6, politicians are more corrupt than civil servants because some high-profile politicians have been tried by a competent court of jurisdiction and not a court of public opinion. 7, inappropriate budgetary allocation by politicians elected into office positions them as more corrupt than civil servants. 8, failure of politicians elected as policymakers to resource state institutions that fight against corruption is a reason why politicians are more corrupt than civil servants. Now, the chair, to some assertions that our opponents made. 1, 2, 3, 4. The chair, the supporting speaker came to deliver 4 beautiful rebuttals that we never mentioned in our submission. We never said politicians corrupt the system and are more corrupt. Again, we also never said politicians control the funds. We also never said civil servants do not own V8s. We also never said that politicians stole more money at once. Don't form your own rebuttals and come and deliver it for points. Please, if you don't have rebuttals, just go and sit down. Again, they also asserted that civil servants are the gatekeepers of corruption. And yes, they gatekeep corruption. But do you know who they gatekeep corruption for? Politicians. They gatekeep corruption for the politicians, hence because they are appointed by them. I am corrupt and I've appointed you, so you also be corrupt and you bring more money to me. Again, they also asserted that civil servants corrupt systems. Who appoints them? Politicians don't appoint people that they know that, oh, this guy will destroy my corruption business or whatever. They appoint people that they know that, oh, I'm corrupt, you are corrupt, let's do business. Then I'll appoint you and you come and control the system for me. Again, they also asserted that politicians, the principal speaker made a rebuttal that these politicians have, we said that politicians have oversight, but that is the biggest fallacy I have ever met in this competition. We never said this. It was never mentioned in our submission. You too, if you don't have rebuttals, sit down quietly. Again, they also said that two civil servants embezzled state funds. They brought evidence by the chair, and they said no politicians were inside. Why do you think they did nothing about it? They have a hand in it. They're also going to take their share in the end. So what do you mean by that? Again, they also asserted that 65% of corruption, they said that the worldwide corruption is 65% and mentioned an amount that was lost, but they never mentioned who embezzled that amount. Whether it was civil servants, was it politicians, was it Ohene, was it you? No, mention the person who embezzled that fund, please. Again, they also asserted that civil servants utilize their anonymity. Yes, politicians work with civil servants because they are anonymous, so that they will engage in the corruption in the background for them. The fact that they are before the people and are not being seen as corrupt, the fact that the civil servants are not exposed to the people and are not being seen as corrupt does not mean that they are not more corrupt than politicians. And again, the chair, I would like to say that if you paid attention to their submission and ours, you'd realize that we were showing the contrast between the contrast in corruption between both parties, but they were just telling us why civil servants are corrupt and not why they are more corrupt than politicians. Again, the chair, the supporting speaker asserted that politicians are yesterday's civil servants, and that is a big fallacy because not all politicians were once civil servants. Again, they also said that they mentioned that civil servants brought 2,612 ghost names. But the chair, ghost names are only allowed to work because they are protected by the politicians. Because all you know, when you bring the ghost names, who will it come to? It will come to the politician. So if the politician does not allow the ghost name to register, then how would they be able to embezzle or engage in corruption from the ghost names? Again, they also asserted that, the supporting speaker said that civil servants stay longer and even added that they stayed 3 decades or something. But the chair, longevity alone doesn't make one more corrupt. It is the politician who rotates and places their loyalists in high positions, knowing they will cover for them. They use civil servants as pawns. Please, I hope you all know pawns in chess. Yes, that is how the politicians use the civil servants. Thank you very much.
The standing chairperson, board and impartial panel of judges, allow me to recap the cogent points leveled by I and my subordinate speaker in opposition of the motion. 1. Civil servants prepare the budget, exploiting the process for insider manipulation. 2. Civil servants are the gatekeepers of corruption, handling daily administrative processes where corruption is systemic. 3. Civil servants institutionalize corruption. 4. Bureaucracy is the engine for corruption, and it runs more smoothly in the civil service than in politics. 5. Civil servants exploit their anonymity to build corruption syndicates that outlive several governments. 6. Civil servants or corrupt politicians of today are often yesterday's civil servants. Not always yesterday's civil servants. So my opponents do well to listen. That are often yesterday's civil servants trained in the system, shaped by it, and weaponize what they've learned. 7. Some of the most damaging corrupt acts happen quietly without a single politician in sight. And 8. Finally, corruption in the civil service is protected by internal cover-ups and weak disciplinary structures. The chair of the house, as we moved from Sofaland to this place, I kept wondering in my mind, how how I was going to explain the term comparison to my opponents. Because as you listen to all their arguments, you will realize that they presented a lot of exhibits stating that politicians are embezzling resources and are corrupt, but with each case happening at a different time, in a different institution, inconsistent with one another. In research method, such data is called sporadic data, which is not a standard data for carrying out comparative analysis. Clearly, they don't know what that means, but for you to compare politicians and civil servants, you have to use comparative analysis, relating the one with the higher magnitude of effect, which they obviously never presented in their argument. So my opponent, find a tap to wash your face, because today you are moving like you charge your brain with Bluetooth and it keeps disconnecting. That's the house. Secondly, my opponent said that the majority of the points my opponent raised, listed scandals and other exhibits involving politicians, never compared them with civil servants. That is not a standard analysis. It is a fallacy of confirmation bias. We, on the other hand, compared both sides consistently in all 8 points. That is why we can say with empiricism that civil servants are more corrupt than politicians. Also, my opponent went on to cite the Constitution that it mandates political office holders to control national budget and policies. This is a blatant contextual fallacy omission. Relying on one line in the Constitution and ignoring the rest is called selective blindness. Yes, ministers will approve policies, but the actual implementation, the procurement, disbursement, and all of that are controlled by the civil servant. It's like claiming the headmaster teaches all subjects just because he signs the timetable. You cannot oversimplify governments with your weak argument. No settings today, sir. Again, my opponents are so proud that they could name many politicians are corrupt, providing a lot of different exhibits. As if public corruption is a TikTok contest. The more names, the more points. The reason we seek not to cite names of brilliant civil servants is because even the Transparency International Annual Corruption Index emphatically states that the civil service corruption is designed to be invisible by nature, buried under complex audit systems. My opponents clearly bought the receipt. We bought the system, and that is why they are loud and we are right. Furthermore, they imply that because lavish assets of the civil servants are not flaunted as politicians, they are not as corrupt. And he mentioned VAT and a bunch of other things. The chair, this is a poverty of aspect. Have they looked at the civil servants and their side properties, side accounts, and even side checks, sponsored in full with DSTV and rent that can purchase 2 plots in my village? The corrupt civil servants in Ghana will actually take Okada to work and still corrupt and embezzle billions of Ghana cedis. Again, my opponent said that our politicians are in charge of the public purse and hence the tendency to be more corrupt. This is oversimplification. Controlling money doesn't equal show corruption. This is because civil servants obviously draft, process, and execute the policies with the funds allocated by the politicians. And so if the reality that the civil servants divert funds through corruption scares my opponent so much, then they shouldn't come and debate. Next time they should go to Antenna's show. There they can shout, cry, and drag and still make no valid point as they did here today. Again, my opponent stated that they said that the politicians enjoy immunity and that when they perform corruption, they work around freely. They see immunity protects a few, but the invisibility protects millions. While the politicians are in the spotlight, the civil servant is in the shadows, unbothered, uninvestigated, untouched. They are not less corrupt, they are just very good at hiding it. This is a survivorship bias, focusing only on the visible cases and neglecting the thousands of cases that are hidden. The chair, my opponent, also mentioned, yes, they mentioned Jida, Yoko, and other political scandals. They are pointed at the very thing we have been arguing this entire time, that the only people in the spotlight of corruption saga are the politicians. Thank you.
We have come to the end of the final contest for the 2025 edition of the Love FM High Schools debate. And the fact that these debaters have been bailed out, it tells me that they still want more. Do you want to enjoy some more debate? You want them to continue? I wish I could, but time is not our friend. There are rules of engagement. We are done. But what we can do now is to put our hands together for these young minds. For those of you watching us on television, Joy Prime, Joy Learning, on YouTube and on Facebook, and of course on radio, I'm sure you are eager to know which school is going to be crowned the 2025 champions. That comes up your way in a bit. But for now, we're taking a short break. Don't go away. The results will be announced shortly.
FDA approved. Sometimes all you need is something sweet to snack out that hunger. Something for your day-to-day back. Something sweet for the base. Something sweet when the sun is up. Something sweet for the workers.
Grandpa, I'm here, and the name is Gary, and I have a favorite.
Gary, H&H Gary mix with creamer. Sugar no low.
More creamer.
H&H 4-in-1 Gary Mix is more creamer and low in sugar. This advert is FDA approved.
The Christian Service University, a fully chartered private university in Ghana, is inviting applications for admission. Undergraduate programs include BSc Nursing and Midwifery, Computer Science, Information Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, BA Communication Studies, Planning and Social Development, and Theology with Administration. Postgraduate programs include MSc in Accounting and Finance, Monitoring and Evaluation, Corporate Planning and Governance. We have MA MPhil Communication Studies, MA Christian Ministry with Management, Event Management, MPhil English and Mathematics Education. With quality, faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, we blend academic work with entrepreneurial mindset in all our programs. For more information, please call 0246 275375, 0240 154825 or 0244 596603 or visit our website www.csuc.edu.gh. CSU is located at Odenaho Kwadaso on the Kumasi Obuasi Road, 100 meters off Star Junction. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa.
Love 99.5 FM, Joy Learning and Joy Prime as we bring to you the biggest stage where schools in Ashanti show their prowess through debate. Rally behind your alma mater to glory as gallant young men and women from the various senior high schools in Ashanti elucidate their stance on matters of national interest. Catch us live on Love 99.5 FM, on Facebook at Love 99.5 FM, Joy Learning and Joy Prime 2 p.m. each day. The Love FM High Schools debate, trumpeting the voice of young ones on issues of national interest. This event is brought to you by your superstation Love 99.5 FM, the Ashanti Regional SRC and the Regional Directorate of Ghana Education Service Ashanti and Chad. The biggest debate competition in Ghana is back. Which side do you represent? For or against the motion? Stay glued to your superstation Love 99.5 FM, Joy Learning and Joy Prime as we bring to you the biggest stage where schools in Ashanti show their prowess through debate. Rally behind your alma mater to glory as gallant young men and women from the various senior high schools in Ashanti elucidate their stance on matters of national interest. Catch us live on Love 99.5 FM, on Facebook at Love 99.5 FM, Joy Learning and Joy Prime 2 p.m. each day. The Love FM High Schools debate, trumpeting the voice of young ones on issues of national interest. This event is brought to you by your superstation Love 99.5 FM, the Ashanti Regional SRC and the Regional Directorate of Ghana Education Service Ashanti and Chad. The biggest debate competition in Ghana is back. Which side do you represent? For or against the motion? Stay glued to your superstation Love 99.5 FM, Joy Learning and Joy Prime as we bring to you the biggest stage where schools in Ashanti show their prowess through debate. Rally behind your alma mater to glory as gallant young men and women from the various senior high schools in Ashanti elucidate their stance on matters of national interest. Catch us live on Love 99.5 FM, on Facebook at Love 99.5 FM, Joy Learning and Joy Prime, 2 p.m. each day. The Love FM High Schools debate, trumpeting the voice of young ones on issues of national interest. This event is brought to you by your superstation, Love 99.5 FM, the Ashanti Regional SRC, and the Regional Directorate of Ghana Education Service Ashanti, and CHA. The biggest debate competition in Ghana is back. Which side do you represent? For or against the motion? Stay glued to your superstation Love 99.5 FM, Joy Learning and Joy Prime as we bring to you the biggest stage where schools in Ashanti show their prowess through debate. Rally behind your alma mater to glory as gallant young men and women from the various senior high schools in Ashanti elucidate their stance on matters of national interest. Catch us live on Love 99.5 FM, on Facebook at Love 99.5 FM, Joy Learning and Joy Prime, 2 p.m. each day. The Love FM High Schools debate, trumpeting the voice of young ones on issues of national interest. This event is brought to you by your superstation, Love 99.5 FM, the Ashanti Regional SRC, and the Regional Directorate of Ghana Education Service Ashanti, and CHA. The biggest debate competition in Ghana is back. Which side do you represent? For or against the motion? Stay glued to your superstation Love 99.5 FM, Joy Learning and Joy Prime as we bring to you the biggest stage where schools in Ashanti show their prowess through debate. Rally behind your alma mater to glory as gallant young men and women from the various senior high schools in Ashanti elucidate their stance on matters of national interest.
Sometimes all you need is something sweet to snack out that hunger. Something for your day-to-day something sweet for the base. Something sweet when the sun is up. Something sweet for the workers.
Grandpa, I'm here, and the name is Gary, and I have a favorite.
Gary, H&H Gary mix with creamer. Sugar no low.
More creamer.
H&H 4-in-1 Gary Mix. It's more creamer and low in sugar. This advert is FDA approved. Sometimes all you better know.
The Christian Service University, a fully chartered private university in Ghana, is inviting applications for admission. Undergraduate programs include BSc Nursing and Midwifery, Computer Science, Information Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, BA Communication Studies, Planning and Social Development, and Theology with Administration. Postgraduate programs include MSc in Accounting and Finance, Monitoring and Evaluation, Corporate Planning and Governance. We have MA MPhil Communication Studies, MA Christian Ministry with Management, Event Management, MPhil English and Mathematics Education. With quality, faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, we blend academic work with entrepreneurial mindset in all our programs. For more information, please call 0246 275375, 0240 154825, or 0244 596603, or visit our website www.csuc.edu.gh. CSU is located at Odenaho Kwadaso on the Kumasi Obuasi Road, 100 meters off Star Junction. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa.
And to make him better known. That's
Is something sweet to snack out that hunger. Something for your day-to-day Something sweet for the base. Something sweet when the sun is up. Something sweet for the worker.
For the 2025 edition of the Love FM High Schools debate, then we had a final competition of the contest itself between Kumasi High School, the defending champions, and Prempeh College. Ladies and gentlemen, we did this together with some sponsors, and I'd like at this point in time to invite to join me right now to share a few words with us, a representative from Menzoya, a rep from Menzoya. From the very beginning, they have been feeding and giving something wonderful to the students, not just the debaters, but every student who comes to this premises to witness the debate. They've been showing love to them. So put your hands together for Menzoya. We say thank you. I hope to see you next year.
Thank you very much, Love FM, for such a wonderful organization. I bring you greetings from Premium Foods. Premium Foods is an agro processor of grains in Ghana, and we have a track record of producing fortified blended foods for International Relief Organization. For the past 20 years, we've been feeding the world with this fortified foods. Here in Ghana, we also give raw materials to some industries in Ghana. In the retail bit, I mean, we have our flagship product, which is Menzoya. Menzoya, you can see it here. It's a blended corn soya blend. I mean, it's soya blend, which is fortified with essential nutrients, which it has 19 essential nutrients and vitamins for all that you need for a day. I mean, we have two types of the Menzoya. We have the one with sugar and milk, and then we have one without sugar, because we take into consideration that people are lactose free and that some don't like sugar. I mean, this is good for our students, and we are proud and we are excited to be associated with a program like this, because most of our customers, a chunk of it is from the students, and so we are happy to be associated with this. You can find Menzoya everywhere in the market, the Dubai, and all the retail outlets that is closer to your environment. I mean, you can have them. We can also find us in all the modern trade, that is the supermarkets in Ghana. We are excited to give you a breakfast or a snack that would give you all the nutrients that you need for a day. On that note, I would want to congratulate the finalists and all those who participated and the organizers for giving us the opportunity to be part of this wonderful program. Thank you very much. Say Menzoya. Menzoya.
Charlie, put your hands together for him. And we say thank you very much. Thank you so much. Let me also invite to the microphone, or to join me on the podium, a representative from Valley View University. I'm sure he's also excited about what he's witnessed today and is more than ready to share a few words with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor Akote with Valley View University.
Thank you very much, Love FM. Good evening, students. This is just some short message from Valley View University, Ghana's premier private university. Ghana's premier private university is a value-based tertiary institution which wishes to inform the general public, including you, that it has opened new admissions into all available programs of study for the 2025-2026 academic year. The programs include BSc Nursing, Midwifery, Mental Health, BSc Diploma in Development Studies, Computer Science, Information Technology, Biomedical Equipment Technology, business administration, communication studies, and many other programs in education. For your postgraduate studies, Valley View University has MBAs in all the business areas, PhD in education and the business areas. And we want to encourage you to choose Valley View University because all our programs and faculty have been accredited by the GTEC and other international bodies. For Valley View University, we are also accredited by what we call the International Board of Education and also the Adventist Accreditation Association, which supervises over 144 universities across the world. So Valley View University is not only nationally accredited, we are also internationally accredited. Locate Valley View University campuses in Odium, here in Kumasi, OEB in Accra, and also in Techiman. For our contacts, you may call 026 581 8266, 054 321 4619. Valley View University is still Ghana's preferred Christian university. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Prof, for your time well spent with us. We indeed are grateful to you. Well, those are not the sponsors we have for this year's event. And so Patricia is here. Becca is also here. Let me start off with Becca. I haven't heard her voice today. So, Becca.
Yes, David.
So, which company is first on your list that we need to acknowledge and say thank you to?
Would like to appreciate Trade Winds Chemists. They are the producers of the most effective anti-malarial treatment, Tramatem. Tramatem is an antihistamine-based product that contains artemether and lumefantrine, and a 24 blister pack of Tramatem tablets is a 6-dose full course treatment for malaria. Consult your doctor if symptoms persist after 3 days.
And we say thank you to Flora Tissues today. Please, can I see your Flora Tissues? Everybody has Flora. Thank you very much. So whether you will smile or you cry at the end of the day, you just open the pack and wipe your tears, okay? It's that simple and easy. And it's not just providing our schools and our homes with these affordable options, but of course, everywhere that you go to, you find Flora. It's also the most affordable option to clean dirt, sweat, makeup, or even mucus. Flora disposable 3-ply handkerchiefs, toilet rolls, multi-purpose towels, table napkins, and box tissues come in beautiful new packaging, such as Flora Joy, Flora Smile, Flora Giant, and Flora Kids. Get Flora tissues in any supermarket and also in traffic. Delta Paper Mill says they are grateful to Ghanaians for making them #1.
Elevate the taste of your favorite wache, banku, kenke, rice, yam, or plantain with umami shito. Prepared hygienically with wholesome natural ingredients. It's available in both mild and hot flavors. Umami shito is conveniently packaged in small and large sachets and perfect for everyone and every event, including breakup parties and divorce parties as well. It is available in all supermarkets. Umami shito, undikra, ubidi.
We say thank you to Royal Mental Arithmetic System, that's Royal Maths, a unique abacus program designed to apply, of course, mental arithmetic to everyday life, building a strong foundation for critical thinking and also STEM education. Now, through playing, learning, and applying these concepts, Royal Maths offers a whole brain development program designed to help children overcome the math fear or math anxiety, boost their confidence, and also foster their inner geniuses. Royal Maths, we give unique education. We make sure every child becomes a champion, and alternatively, we conquer the world.
Give your eyes the best care possible with Robert & Sons Limited Optical Services. With over 34 years experience, they render specialist eye services, pediatric eye care, visual field testing, optical coherence, tomography scans, and corporate eye care. Choose from our wide selection of 100% original frames and contact lenses. Visit Robert & Sons Limited Optical Services today at Anhojo right here in Kumasi. Robert & Sons Limited Optical Services, seeing is believing.
And we're taking a trip all the way to Pankrono, and I know I have my reps from Best Brain Publications. And please, can we see you and give them a wave? Please, let's clap for Best Brain Publications. They are here with us today, and they are making sure that every child with a good foundation depends on the foundation that is given to them at the basic level. And so if you are a school, you're a parent or a guardian, and you are looking for quality NACA and GES approved English, math, science, computing textbooks for your ward, even up to senior high school level, make sure you go to Best Brain Publications today. You can locate them at Pankrono Kumasi. Best Brain Publications, we are securing tomorrow's academic well-being today. And with Best Brain, the brain is always engaged.
We'd also like to say again a big thank you to Mazoya from Premium Foods. It's a delicious and energizing cereal designed to make your breakfast better. This balanced meal combines corn, soya, milk, and essential nutrients, making it perfect for the entire family. It's also incredibly easy to prepare. Simply mix with cold or warm water and enjoy. Grab Mazoya Plus, Mazoya Super at the nearest supermarket. Mazoya, it's the perfect choice for a healthy, happy family.
We say Ayuko also to New Generation Investment Services, that's NGIS. They are offering managed investment, assisting with our pension planning, and also managing our Tier 2 and Tier 3 pensions. They have the Nidaso Mutual Fund, the NGIS Money Market Fund, and the NGIS Private Funds. Talk to our seasoned advisors today about your investment goals and aspirations. They are licensed by the Securities and Exchange Commission as well as the National Pensions Regulatory Authority. Visit them at the first floor, of course, of Cocoa Board House, Edum Kumasi, and also log online to www.ngis-group.com. NGIS, we say, achieving excellent results on your investments.
Now, I would also like to say a big thank you to Ultimate Fashion / Chapel Hill Community, which is the newest gated community situated at Santase Enginem. Right here in Kumasi, it features level-graded lands and limited plots of land that come with legal documents. We also help you with architects and artisans who will build according to your specification. You can locate Chapel Hill Community Agency near A1 Hospital, Santase, and secure your home today. Chapel Hill Community, the place you deserve to live.
Now, if you prioritize your family's health and also want to enjoy delicious meals, then reach out for family products from Grady Enterprise. Now, family products are a great choice for you, and so you can discover our family mackerel in tomato sauce, family sardines in vegetable oil, and family tomato mix. All family products are rich in nutrients and prepared with your family's well-being in mind. For bulk purchase, please contact Grady Enterprise or go to any supermarket nationwide and get yourself family products.
And the very last one on my list, we say a big thank you to Valley View University, Ghana's premier private university, has opened admissions for its 2025-2026 academic year. We offer BSc options in nursing, midwifery, and mental health, computer science, information technology, biomedical technology, business administration, and other programs. Valley View also offers MBA or options and several options of MA, MPhil, and PhD in education and business administration. Locate our campus at Odium or visit www.vvu.edu.gh on how to apply. Valley View University, the preferred Christian university.
I have the comments from social media here. But before I tell you, OBDM. Hey, the room is too low. OBDM. OBDM. Okay, who's going to be the winner? Okay, so whoever the winner is going to be, I'm happy to once again tell you that Bonva Stores, the joy of tourism, they are ready to offer an all-expense-paid trip to Turkey, of course, an educational trip to the winning school. So please, let's once again clap for Bonva Stores. That is to the winning school. The school that is going to win, that is what you are going to get from Bonva Stores. And also, we are still doing our sampling with our H&H, but remember that a box here is going for 130 Ghana cedis instead of 150 cedis. Now, a strip of 10 goes for 35 so that you don't go and buy it outside for 40 cedis. Save yourself some 5 cedis. And also, if you just want a sachet, it is 3 cedis 50 pesos instead of 5 cedis. So please, if you come to me, I'll sell mine to you, okay? All right, so let's go to the comments on social media right now. And in no particular order, Emmanuel Otin says, PC is more than family heat. Viroski Boy says, God is an abrantier. Kwabnache Dakwa says, I'm from Sahus, and I'm telling my green boys that the blood is green. Heat, Prempeh College. Now, let's go to this gentleman. Perry Moore says, Toronto boys. Now, Godfred says, Minister of Parliament says, Massa, we need the trophy.
All right, a few more here. We have Betty Bryan saying, I give my life to high school, the school which I like. I told my mama that she won't see me no more. If I die in high school, I die in Jollof Shed. Every high school, Abrantier is fighting for his freedom. Abrante Pakwating idea says the only high school in Ghana. Buddy Kelv says Prempeh no size. Joel Safo says PC all the way. Buddy Kelv says the blood is green. Brainstorm says PC, enye anoding. Bar Godfred says Emrantier all the way. King George says Kuhis debates more Real Madrid. Obedosai says heat Emrantie, and it goes on and on and on. We just can't read
David,
all the comments.
So these are the comments, but keep it happening with the hashtag LUVFMHSD even after the show. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm sure it's been worth your while. If it has, please put your hands together for all of us. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor of inviting my general manager, Mr. Jimagala, to assist with the presentation of some plaques to some deserving, amazing people who have made this year's event very beautiful and very successful. These are people who played great roles, and I'm talking about judges, I'm talking about the SRC coordinator, I'm talking about the ambassador for Love FM High Schools debate. Let me start off with Dr. Peter Arthur. Dr. Peter Arthur has been our lead judge for several years. Doc, we acknowledge your support and your immense contribution to the Love FM High Schools debate. As we draw the curtain today on the 2025 edition of the Love FM High Schools debate, we say thank you very much. We say Ayiko. Thank you very much, Prof. Next on my list is Prof. Martin Akote of the Valley View University. He's also been very supportive. We appreciate you. We acknowledge you. We salute you, Prof. Martin Akote, Rector, Valley View University, Kumasi campus. Well, I just eavesdropped on what my general manager said. Hope to see you next year. Dr. Mrs. Lucy Bonku is also one of our proud judges. She's been with us for several years. Dr. Lucy Bonku, thanks for your time with us this afternoon. We say thank you, and we say we love you. God richly bless you. Mama Lou. Next, for us to show appreciation to is Dr. Mrs. Beatrice Akosia Andrews. And she's also been wonderful. She's also been amazing. Doc, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ayuko for a great job done. With that out of the way, I'd like to now call on Mrs. Theodosia Jackson, who doubles up as our chairperson and also is the ambassador for the Love FM High Schools debate. She's a mother, she's a trainer, she loves God, she instills discipline in us. We say thank you very much for the kind words. We say thank you very much for the advice. God bless you. I remember the name Patricia gave you though, but if I mention it right now, trouble will come my way, so I'm not going to mention it. Please put your hands together for Mrs. Theodosia Jackson of the Jackson University College. One other gentleman who's made this possible, one person that we have been troubling so much, call him deep at night, he is available to talk to you and help you resolve issues, is the SRC coordinator for the Ashanti region, Mr. Osborne. Please put your hands together for him as well. And Osborne, we've got a surprise for you. We'll have a big surprise for you. This is something small just to say thank you, but the biggest surprise will be announced shortly. Please put your hands together for the SRC coordinator, Osborne there. With that out of the way, I'll now say thank you to Jimmy. He will take leave of us right now. And what I'll be doing now is to announce to you the results for the third place contest for today. As you're very much aware, that contest was between KNUST Senior High and St. Louis Senior High School. Now we tell you that we have a unanimous decision plus a majority decision. This is a majority decision. I'll start with the results for the school that was for the motion, KNUST Senior High. Organization and Clarity, you got 26 from one judge. A judge also gave you 26 for Organization and Clarity. The last judge gave you 27. 26, 26, 27 amounts to 79. When it comes to Argument and Development, KNUST, you got 26 from one judge, 25 from another, and the other judge gave 25. 26, 25, 25 amounts to 76. KNUST, when it comes to effective use of rebuttal, you got 16 from one judge, 14 from another, and then 15 from the last judge. 16, 14, 15 amounts to 45 for KNUST. Presentation style KNUST. A judge says you deserve 9, so you got 9 from a judge. Another gave you 8.5. The last judge gave you 8. 9, 8.5 plus 8 amounts to 26. 9, 8.5 plus 8 amounts to 26. When it comes to the role as a particular debater, KNUST, a judge gave you 7. Another gave you 8.5. The other gave you 9. 7, 8.5 plus 9 amounts to 25. So let's put your results together. 79, 76, 45, 26, 25 amounts to 250 for KNUST Senior High School. Now the scores for St. Louis Senior High School, same style. I begin with organization and clarity. A judge gave you 22. A judge also gave 25, another 26. 22, 25, 26 amounts to 73. Argument and development St. Louis, you got 22 from a judge, 23 from another, the last gave 27. 22, 23, 27 amounts to 72. When it comes to effective use of rebuttal, St. Louis, you got 14 from a judge, 9 from another, and another 14 from another judge. 14, 9, 14 amounts to 37. Let's take a look at presentation style. You got 6 from one judge, 8 from another, and 9 from another judge. 6, 8, 9 amounts to 23. When it comes to role as a particular debater, you got 7 from a judge, 8 from another, the last gave 9. 7, 8, 9 amounts to 24. When we put it together, it will become 73, 72, 37, 23, 24, amounting to 229. So with a majority decision, KNUST are the third placed for the 2025 edition of the Love FM High Schools debate. That is by a majority decision. And so we can call now on the patrons and the debaters to join us. And Mrs. Theodosia Jackson, only one patron I'm told can join us. Mrs. Theodosia Jackson will be doing the presentation for us. So they will take away medals. KNUST will be taking away medals, 43-inch television set, cash prize of 3,000 Ghana cedis, certificates for debaters, citation for the school, souvenirs from sponsors, books from Jackson University College. Where are they? KNUST, let's do this very quickly. One patron and the debaters. One more time, let me go through what you are getting. You are getting medals. You are getting a 43-inch television set, a cash prize of 3,000 Ghana cedis, certificates for debaters, citation for the school, souvenirs from sponsors, books from Jackson University College, and Mrs. Theodosia Jackson is here. Where are the debaters? If they are here, let's see them very quickly. The debaters from KNUST, please. And a patron, like I said, another patron joining. Let's do this very quickly. It's not our friend at all. Oh, they deserve a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Now, with that out of the way, I'll call on St. Louis. St. Louis can join us now, so they can also pick their 4th place awards. St. Louis, very quickly join us. St. Louis, please join us. And like I said, the debaters, please a round of applause for them as well. And then there's a check of 3,000 that will be given to them for their trouble. We say thank you very, very, very much. You are seated for the 2026 edition. Hope to see you next year. Come make your school proud. KNUST, thanks. Osborne, can you join me? Kindly join me, Osborne, please. And the television set, and this is for the... Mommy, thank you very much. Thank you so much. So Osborne will be doing the presentation for the 4th place. Yes. St. Louis was 4th. Mommy says she's giving you 2,000 Ghana cedis as well. Mrs. Theodosia Jackson says she's going to give them 2,000 Ghana cedis as well. So thank you very much, Osborne. If you can just, hand it over to them. I think that's about it. We can move on. Thank you very much, Osborne. Thank you very much, St. Louis. Now to the finals. That was between Kumasi High School and Prempeh College. This is also another majority decision. It's not a unanimous, it is a majority decision. So when it comes to organization and clarity, a judge gave to Kumasi High School 24, the other gave 26, the last gave 23. 24, 26, 23 amounts to 73. When it comes to arguments and development, a judge gave 24 to Kumasi High School, the other gave 23, the last gave 24. 24, 23, 24 sums up to 71. Effective use of rebuttal, Kumasi High School, you got 15 from a judge, 12 from another, and then 11 from the last judge. 15, 12, 11 amounts to 38. Presentation style, Kumasi High School, a judge gave you 7, another gave you 7, the other decided to give you 10. That amounts to 24. 7, 7, 10 amounts to 24. When it comes to role as a particular debater, Kumasi High School, you got 7 from a judge, another gave you 7, the last gave you 9. 7, 7, 9 amounts to 23. Kumasi High School, let's put it together. 73, 71, 38, 24, 23 amounts to 229 for Kumasi High School. Now the results for Prempeh College. Organization and clarity, you got 21 from a judge, 27 from a judge, 28 from the last judge. 21, 27, 28 amounts to 76. Argument and development, Prempeh College, you got 18 from a judge, 26 from another, and 27 from the final judge. 18, 26, 27 amounts to 71. Effective use of rebuttal, Prempeh College, a judge gave you 11, another 13, the last gave you 10. 11, 13, 10 amounts to 34. Presentation style, Prempeh College, you got 5 from a judge, 10 from another, 10 from the last judge. 5, 10, 10 amounts to 25. Role as a particular debater, Prempeh College, a judge gave you 5. The other gave you 10. The last judge also gave 10. Let's put them together. 76, 71, 34, 25, 25. It means Prempeh College have dethroned Kumasi High School and have been declared the champions for the 2025 edition of the Love FM High Schools debate. Now, I would ask them to give us a bit of Jama and also sing the school anthem, but in a bit. I would like to call on Professor Afrani, who is the president and chancellor for the Christian Service University, to do the presentation of the second place school. Prempeh College, settle down. Prempeh College, please kindly settle down for us. So 2 patrons and the debaters. Amount for, please settle down. Prempeh College. Prempeh College, thank you. You are nice gentlemen. I'm saying you are gentlemen. If you agree you're gentlemen, please behave as such. Gentlemen, thank you. The second place, the patrons debaters from Kumasi High School, we need you right now. You are taking away medals, a cash prize of 5,000 Ghana cedis, 43-inch NASCO television, 2 Samsung mobile phones for the debaters, certificate for the debaters, citation for the school, products, souvenirs from Trillium Industries Limited, producers of H&H 4-in-1 Gary Mix, products from Menzoya, books from Jackson University College, a scholarship from CSU. Please put your hands together for the former champions, Kumasi High School. And I'll go through their prizes again. Medals, a cash prize of 5,000 Ghana cedis, 43-inch NASCO television, 2 Samsung mobile phones for the debaters, citation for the school, products from souvenirs from Trillium Industries Limited, producers of H&H 4-in-1 Gary Mix, products from Mezoya, books from Jackson University College, and scholarship from CSU. And of course, the presentation is being done by Professor Afrani. At this point, once they've taken their medals and have their dummy check in their hands, we say thank you very much, Prof, and thank you very much, Kumasi High School. You are seated for 2026. We will see you next year. Amanfo, sing your school anthem. sing for us a school anthem before we do the presentation. Dr. William Kwame Amankra Apia, please hold on. You'll be doing the presentation, but the school that has been crowned 2025 champions at Prempeh College. Prempeh, sing for us a school anthem. Do it now. On 3. 1, 2, go. Indulge me. Settle. You stop for me. Please indulge me. Indulge me. We have 3 minutes to wrap up on television. So please indulge me. You will sing your school anthem. You will even give us some morale or jama. But let me tell you 2 quick things. Listen, 2 quick things. If you are silent, I'll tell you something special. But listen to this. Your debaters and the patron are going to have an all expenses paid trip to Turkey, courtesy Bonvas tours for 5 persons. And listen, this amounts to 300,000 Ghana cedis. It amounts to 300,000 Ghana cedis. You are going to take away a trophy. You are going to get medals for the debaters, a cash prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis, certificate for debaters, citation for the school, a 45-inch television set, 2 Samsung mobile phones for the debaters, products and souvenirs from Fulium Industries Limited, producers of H&H 4-in-1 Gary Mix, products from Mezoya, books from Jackson University College, and a scholarship from CSU. Please put your hands together for your debaters. And then, because you have been gentlemen enough, I'm going to announce this right now. I wanted to wait. The best debater for the 2025 edition of the Love FM High School debate is the principal speaker for Prempeh College. He has been adjudged by the judges as the best debater for the 2025 edition of the Love FM High School's debate. Dr. William Kwame Amankra Apia is the GES director for the Ashanti region, and he's an old boy of Prempeh College and doing the presentation. Where's the trophy? Bring the trophy. Let's give the trophy out right now. Best debater. Best debater. Best debater. Kwame, you are the best debater. Please pick your trophy. I don't know where you're going to place this. Whether in your dormitory or in your headmaster's office, I don't know. A round of applause for him, Kwame, there. And now the trophy. And we say to the 2025 champions. These are the 2025 champions for the Love FM High School's debate. George and Co. Adongo, Kwame, congratulations to you. Now you can sing your school anthem in full. And Patricia, take it away.
Thank you so much. And so we have gotten to the end of the Love FM High School's debate, the 7th edition of 2025 edition. And at the end of the day, KUST got the 10th place. Prempeh College let's have a conversation with two ladies from
We made our that's all I have to say. Thank you.
That's quite interesting to hear, but I mean, this is where your sisters from Odium. You know, have mercy on them now.
We just want to tell St. Louis that despite all that happened, we love them. Thank you.
Okay, so that's a very beautiful message going out to St. Louis from KNUST. Sweetheart, Tina, it's like they use your own videos against you.
Yes, I wish they brought the videos earlier. I would have used the same video against them. So like it's so nice and it's so creative on their part. But all in all, we won.
Now, congratulations. So, are you coming back next year as a debater, or you're just going to be supporting the rest of the debate team?
Next year, I am coming back as a very stronger debater. And we are bringing the force no other school can withstand. Next year is KNUST's year.
Okay, that's quite interesting, and congratulations. Let me speak to Sir George right now.
Patrons for KNUST. Patrons for KNUST.
Up to now.
Please, patrons for KNUST, you are needed. Patrons for KNUST.
As a trainer.
Indeed, we thank God so much. It is quite humbling. The journey this year has been amazing.
Patrons for KNUST.
Here and now that, as we speak, we are twice regional champions this year. Independent presidential debate regional champions. Ashanti First regional champions. And then spoken word, third. And now Love FM High School debate, third. What a journey. I mean, it's humbling. We can only say, God, thank you. Now, what is even more heartwarming is the fact that our contestants are in Form 1. And they've done these wonders. Schools should just watch out for next year. The way God has started this great journey, next year, He has greater things for us.
Okay, all right, thank you. Let me go to this trainer to congratulations. You have done amazingly well here at USC.
Thank you. As my colleague Patron said, the Lord has been so good to us. We can't ask any more of Him. And for the fact that our debaters are in first year also gives us so much hope that next year we could do better.
Okay, I see. That's quite, and you guys actually also see that for next year.
Yeah, that's also a feat that we should be proud of, because we've always been in the prelims and qualifiers, but now we are a seeded team. So next year, that will save us the hassle of going back to the Lions then.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, NUSC. Prempeh College now, they are the winners of the 2025 edition of the Love FM Schools Debates. Yes, Prempeh College, they have won before, and this is the second time they have taken the trophy. So just like the school that they defended against, that's Kumasi High School, who were the defending champions. Kumasi High School also have a second trophy now. Prempeh is the second school in history to win this debate twice. And so let me speak to, I already have them in my show. Gentlemen, how are you?
I'm very good. I'm very excited.
I don't see, I only see sweat. Is sweat the meaning of excitement for you?
No, there's not too much. Joy is too much. I cannot describe it, to be honest.
What did you come in with? When you were coming today, what was going through the minds of Prempeh College? I mean, I have an old debater here. I'll be speaking to him as well. But tell me, what was going through the minds of you students even before coming here?
I mean, before coming here, we already knew that we were ready for action. There is no way that you can beat Prempeh College twice. It's never possible, because God is on our side. So if we had made a mistake on the first try, that did not mean that we would make a mistake on the second try. So we came fully prepared. We know we were poised for actions, and yes, our boys proved it.
I see. That's quite nice to hear. Let me speak to this old debater from Prempeh College. You didn't see it in your time. You have seen it today.
I saw it my time. I'm the first president to have won the debate from Prempeh College. Yes. And today, I'm very, very happy because I believe that the advices that we gave them, the effort that we put in as debaters, paved the way for them today to have come. Actually, it wasn't a very small task for them, but today made everyone happy. I believe campus is all green.
Oh, I see. That's quite. I think I have my friend around. Stanley, come around. Let's have a conversation. Yes, my favorite Stanley. Today, I promise that if Prempeh wins, I'll try and see if I can carry you. Please carry Stanley for me. You should carry him for me. Okay, all right, sure. So, Stanley, first year student, tell me how do you feel about Prempeh winning this trophy?
I feel happy. I'm so proud to be a student of Prempeh College.
Yeah. Are we going to ever see you on the debate stage?
Yes.
Okay, I see, but what do you want to tell your boys?
They should keep on doing what they do, and they should try to get more trophies for Prempeh College.
Okay, that's quite nice to hear. And I have my patron also around. Oshigo, congratulations.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat.
It was a hard-won victory, right?
Sure, it's a final, and you can't underrate Kuhi's two-time champion, so it wasn't easy. But in the first place, we give thanks to the Almighty God, through Him that we are here. And also, people who were behind the scenes, your bloggers out there, they are watching. So happy. And a special thanks to Senior Kennedy, you know him. Yeah. Then also Prof from the Maths Department, my council, Abba, and the whole Prempeh College fraternity. And big ups to our headmaster for the support he gave us. And also one person that I'll never forget is Phelps. I think he's the game changer. I know why I'm saying this. Wow. Yes.
And your school actually also won the best debater.
Sure, it was obvious. I said it from the preview as we are going to. It was an open secret. My opponent and my brother Baba was pretending. That boy is a generational asset. You can't dispute it. And for him to win this, I think it answers everything.
Okay, congratulations, Prempeh College, for winning the second time. And so, I mean, it basically means now you and Kumasi High School have won it on 2 occasions.
They don't come near us. We have the records. All records since the inception of school dates from 2018 or so. Time will not permit us. We have the highest marks accrued. That was in 2022, 278. We hold it. Yes, we hold it. So that year we couldn't win though, but we still have that record. And the number of appearances in the final 4 times. So they don't come near us at all.
Okay, congratulations, Prempeh College. And so this is where we draw the curtain officially on the Love FM High Schools debate, the 7th edition here at Christian Service University. As always, we are grateful that you stayed with us throughout the whole and up to this particular point. We are grateful to the Christian Service University, to the Ghana Education Service, the Ashanti Regional Students Representative Council, the Conference of Heads of Assisted Senior High Schools, Joy Learning, and all of our proud sponsors. And so, from all of us at Production in Kumasi, my name is Patricia. We say thank you so much. I think it's okay for us to enjoy some drama from Prempeh. Prempeh, are we ready? Okay, let's roll. On 3, 2, 1.
I'm for arise and shine. Students of Prempeh College, training up for truth and excellence to building us. A masculine pride, a motto imbuing us the love of God. Arise and shine. Hey, students of Prempeh, truth and excellence to building us. A masculine pride, a motto imbuing us the love of God. Students of Prempeh.